two red-hot conference tournament champs meeting off in the first round of the NCAA tournament. This is Brad Powers, pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. March Madness is finally here. We get to talk some great first-round matchups, and I think I got one for you here, at least on paper, the 5-12 matchup between Kentucky and Davidson.
I'm excited. Two Wildcats playing. We know which Wildcat team the public is going to be on. They'll be on Kentucky. Who is Brad Powers on?
Believe it or not, I'm going to side with the public here and take Kentucky minus the 5.5. It's all about this young Kentucky team, the youngest team in the NCAA, peaking at the right time. Don't believe me? How about the last 8 games for Kentucky? 7-1 straight up. 7-1 against the spread. In those 7 wins and covers, average cover, beating expectations by 12 points per game. This team is much improved, like they should be, because they're young at the end of the season. Quite frankly, the markets just can't catch up to how improved they are. Take Kentucky minus the 5.5.
Coach Cal, in contrast to every other coach in the country, telling his team each time out, I want more pace. I want you to run. Are you guys tired? He's clearly made some key adjustments. That's why they're playing better offensively.
No question about it. And he's basically said, hey, I had my top 6 players were freshmen. I hadn't coached them before. I didn't really know how to coach him, put him in the right spots. He's figured it out here at the end of the season. Particularly, you see it on the offensive side of the ball in the spacing. 3-point shooting for Kentucky was horrible. First 26 games, how about 33% from behind the arc? Last 8 games, 45% from behind the arc. Major improvements there.
Yeah, Gabriel going 7 for 7 did not hurt those stats, but it's not just been the offense. Defense getting much better also.
Defense has been much better and actually been the better of the 2 units all year long. Kentucky, top 25 defense as far as efficiency. Davidson, not even in the top 100. Significant advantage here for Kentucky on that side of the ball.
Let's talk power ratings, your specialty. Where do you have Kentucky, and how much better are they than Davidson?
Yeah, Kentucky right around number 15. So if you do the seeding, Kentucky probably should have been a number 4 seed, so a little bit underseeded. Straight neutral floor without any other considerations. I have Kentucky about 6 points better than Davidson.
Your second key handicap.
Well, let's talk about where I perceive there to be more value on Kentucky, and it's, to me, all about Kentucky being the much deeper team. And why do I think it's important here? Well, both teams just got done playing on Sunday, won their conference tournament champs. Short, quick turnaround for them, only 3 days rest, traveling across the country. Kentucky, the much deeper team, unlikely to wear out in altitude in Boise.
And I think that's especially true against a Davidson team that was trying to play more of their bench earlier in the year. They realized their bench is no good, the back of the bench, and they tightened it up. They really only play a 7-man rotation. That's why they've been playing better, but that could spell trouble, that lack of depth in altitude against this tough physical Kentucky team.
Exactly, and Davidson has 3 starters that average more than 35 minutes per game. On the flip side, Kentucky doesn't have a single starter average more than 32 minutes. 9 guys between 13 and 32 minutes, so maybe Kentucky's a little slow out of the gates, but I perfectly think that they'll, in the second half, wear down that tired Davidson team.
That's a great call. Personally, I might make a small bet on Kentucky, and if they're down at halftime, make a bigger bet on the second half. But let's make the game official now.
Yep, let's make this pick official. We're taking Kentucky minus the 5.5. It's all about this young Kentucky team peaking at the right time of the season. How about this? 7-1 straight up and against the spread their last 8 games, beating market expectations by 12 points per game. Markets just can't catch up to how improved they are. Plus, Kentucky, the much deeper team. And with both teams on short rest, playing on Sunday, traveling across the country in altitude, significant advantage for Kentucky. And we're taking the Wildcats from Lexington minus the 5.5. More videos at pregame.com.